Yes, welcome back. Hello, Ophelia.
How long have we been off? Like a month?
3 weeks.
Feels like 6.
It does. It feels like forever. I haven't seen you. Your hair's new.
Well, only today.
Your body's new. You have a tapeworm.
Yeah. Well, I was really sick.
Yes, that is true. You and Donald. Donald came back from P-Town with bear flu.
He did?
Yeah.
A lot of people I heard got that.
Just saying.
I'm just thinking a lot of you guys were interacting with each other.
Donald went to P-Town with bear flu. So if anybody got anything there...
So you're trying to throw Donald on the bus and say that it's his fault?
I'm just saying that he is probably patient 0. If he calls you, you'll let him know I said that.
Well, he watches, so I'm sure. Oh, look. It's been twice this week that I had that stalker right there.
Well...
I think he wants me.
It must be the new hair.
It happened. No, because I had my other hair on when I saw him the other night. I went to the man's bar.
Pax a man's bar?
And he was there.
Was this after Monday night?
Yes.
How is Monday night going?
I went out on Monday night.
Shut up.
I don't know what got into me.
Did you go to SRO?
No, I went to the Brass Rail, and then I went to PAX. And the bodyguard John said, "Go home.
Go home.
You're going home."
So the Jack in the Box detour and then home?
No, I've been very good about Jack in the Box. I haven't gone for a while.
Well, clearly your tapeworm is working then.
I know, it's good. I'm happy.
You should be.
Yeah. So tell me about your trip.
Oh my God.
More importantly, tell me about who wanted to beat Jay up.
Well, I just want to say that there were 3 levels of sex that happened in Provincetown.
Yes.
There was Donald, slut. There was Jay, medium whore, and there was me, totally celibate angel of God.
Okay, first, I don't believe the last.
Well, but that's the thing. I wanted to be a slut so badly. I couldn't even go to Dick Duck without somebody saying, "Oh my God, Aaron from Facebook, Aaron from Facebook, Aaron from Facebook."
Now you know how I feel.
Seriously? That was the entire week. Mind you, it was an epic week. It was fantastic.
So let's go back to who wanted to beat Jay up.
Who did?
Was there more than one? Because there was a posting from Donald that said that you couldn't go to one bar because some guy was there that wanted to beat Jay up.
Oh, yeah. He held back nothing in P-Town. He was very vocal and drunk most of the time, but that's gonna happen when you're doing nothing but drinking.
So he pissed somebody off.
Correct, yes. Well, somebody. He pissed off some people. Let's just say that.
Well,
and he developed a stalker while we were there. Let me just explain to you the stalker, who showed up randomly at our condo one day. "Oh, is Jay here?" We're like, no. Is he supposed to meet you? Yeah, one of his little grinder tricks. So he had grinder hoe, scruff hoe, and then whoever the randoms that he met out at the bars. Me, 0.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too. But I had a good time nonetheless.
That's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
You did take a picture of you on the beach, like of your body.
Yep, where I was working.
Don't do that again.
Well, it actually wasn't of my body, it was of my feet. And my feet are cute.
Really?
Yes.
Who told you that?
Everybody who commented on the post.
They were still thinking you were in P-Town. They were trying to get some.
Probably. You're probably right. No, but we had a great time. We had a great time in New York City. And
what play did you go see?
We didn't go see a play. I took a photo of the first billboard that we saw as we came up out of the subway, and the first billboard that we saw was Kinky Boots.
Oh, so you didn't go see it?
No, we didn't go see it. We didn't get into New York City until like 10 o'clock. So, I mean,
but weren't you there for, you were there for
3 days.
Well, you could have gone one of those 3 days.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of things that we wanted to do and see, and a lot of it was seeing people. We wanted to see people that we hadn't seen in a long time. Friends of mine, friends of Donald's. Went to the Highline. Highline was amazing.
People that were trying to avoid Jay.
Pretty much. Well, Jay wasn't there, thank God.
Oh, he didn't go to New York
No,
with you?
he did not. he flew back on Saturday.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah. His cooter needed a little...
a little break?
Yeah, a little break. So we did. Thank you to the P-Town Bears. You guys were awesome. Everybody was there. There was probably about 10,000 bears there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I talked to my friend John, and he was there.
John Balnick was there. We rode the ferry there with him and back.
Yeah, he had a good time too. Mm-hmm. He was a little cray-cray.
We are already planning for next year, and John and Michael will probably be included. So.
Oh, you're going to include them? Because Mike didn't go this time.
No, he didn't.
But he'll be retired by then, because he's retiring in 2 weeks or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Because I know he was enrolled in school, and he's doing his.
He's going to do a
chef
culinary person.
Culinary, that's right.
That's a big word, culinary.
But we're all going to get a house next year, and we're going to do it proper this time. We were virgins. We didn't really know what we were doing.
So you just stayed at a hotel this time?
No, we got an apartment. It was very, very cute apartment, but it was way, way, way east. It was on the east end, which they call Lesbian Alley.
So it was far away?
It was far away from everything, the main stuff.
So you really had to...
We walked. We did nothing but walk and drink. Walk and drink. Walk,
well, at least
walk,
you didn't drive and drink.
No. Well, you can't really drive nowhere.
All right.
There's nowhere to drive.
I've been very good. I haven't drank for a while. Well, except for Monday, I had some shots.
I was going to say, you don't go to PEX without doing shots.
Well, because I have my shot with Brian.
Of course.
It's his birthday. Brian Hill's birthday.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
B. Hill. How are you getting through a show without doing shots?
Well, I don't really need to.
Okay. That is...
Well, you know me. I don't really need to drink.
Well, no, but
sometimes
you're so much fun when you do.
Like people start boring me.
And then
although people have been putting, because Thursdays is Throwback Thursday on and it seems like everyone finds the pictures of me drunk and they put them on there.
Well, I did us a Throwback Thursday today. I thought it was the cute one.
And that was taken at PAX where I was drunk.
Where I was drunk. Still.
Wearing my big glasses.
I was wearing the big glasses too. So at least you can...
At least that picture keeps popping up once the blue
Exactly. Drives them to the page, baby.
Yeah,
it's all kind of marketing.
Yeah. All the people that haven't seen it before.
Like a myriad of comments. I know. They want to unsee it. And you, what have you been doing? How was your trip to the river?
Well, I've been to the river 3 times.
Wow. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Because I love it. I do. I'm supposed to go this weekend. No. Next weekend. Mm-hmm. But I said, girl.
I need a vacation for the river.
Well, it was going to be a little much because I was going to go out with a bunch of gay people and a few straight people.
Uh-huh.
And I was going to go out like on Friday and be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then come back on Sunday, and then be here Monday, and then drive back out on Tuesday, and then I was going to be there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and drive back on Friday.
Yeah.
And I figured that might be a little much.
Perhaps. We might want to actually do a show for some consecutive weeks.
So I canceled my river trip.
Good.
Well, I was going to do the show next week.
Oh, okay.
And then I was going to go to the river.
And then you were going to go.
Right. But I'm not.
But you're not.
Well, tentatively I'm not.
And all of your gay crew that's going out there, you take your little
jet ski
out there.
Yes, I do.
You guys have a good time.
I do.
But you also have befriended several Marines that go out there.
I do. I have.
Mm-hmm. Which you will not elaborate on, I'm sure.
I won't.
Or
they're very, very nice guys. But you know what? And I'll say this is that nothing has happened and nothing ever will happen. You know what I'm saying? But they're very cool guys. And I've just kind of somehow fit into their little group, and we have fun,
and they go out there often.
And they go out there, and we meet up and hang out.
Are they Pendleton area or
some of them?
Some of them,
not all of them.
Oh.
That's fun. No sex.
No sex.
No sex.
Not that we will talk about on
But
camera.
I will tell you, two of them have incredible body. I mean, just like insanely fabulous body. One of them, when we got off to the thing, I'm like, I am not taking off my shirt. In fact, I'm putting on a muumuu. I mean, it was.
I was gonna say you're getting skinny for a reason.
Yeah,
and I'm sure a Marine has something to do.
No. Because there's something. But he has a 15 pack. I mean, it's just like it starts here and it just goes rip, 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 rip. And I'm like,
eat a pizza.
Eat anything. Eat just anything. Yeah.
Oh, well, still.
And then they go, would you like to put suntan lotion on our back? I'm like, no, I cannot touch you.
I cannot touch you.
I cannot
Until I
touch
go
you
in and...
Because I cannot be held responsible for when I stop touching you.
She's like, I am wearing board shorts with no protection.
Yeah, and one of them as his wife was there, and she was doing something, and he was like, oh, I need to put lotion, and she goes, oh, go ask Ricky. I'm like, no, don't ask Ricky.
Well, I have made the promise to you that I'm going to go with you at some point this season.
Well, this season's almost up. I'm afraid that all of my trips are booked.
I guess I'm not going. That's unfortunate.
I mean, maybe we could find some time in September.
Okay. September I would do.
All right. It's just very busy.
You are just the woman about town.
I know. And then we start desert season.
And then shortly after that is Palm Springs Pride.
Yes.
Which is our favorite, of
which
course.
I'm going to.
Yes, we will be going to.
I love it.
It's our favorite.
I guess Pride here was good. From what I've heard. A lot of people, which is good, because I like to be fair. Mm-hmm. And fair and balanced. A lot of people have said that this has probably been one of the best prides that they've had in years. Not that they went to the festival. I mean, they're, just the Pride weekend itself, like all of the stuff.
Like the parties and the parade and all that stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
Which is good. So I think that maybe people are actually getting what Pride's about, which is what I've always been saying.
We shall see.
But do you know what's coming up?
What? City Fest.
That is my favorite.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
my God.
All right, so will we see you
August.
in the duck tank again?
Well, they haven't asked me yet.
I'm asking you now.
I was going to say, they didn't ask you yet because...
I was hoping you were going to ask me when Ricky was around. So it's August 10th, or August 11th is when it is.
Whatever that fucking Sunday is.
What?
Not this Sunday, next Sunday.
Not this coming Sunday.
It's a Sunday. See, that was the other reason I couldn't go, because that's the Sunday I was going to be coming back from the river, which I'm not.
Well, you'll be making your way to the dunk tank from the river.
Well, and plus that Sunday, so I'm planning on doing City Fest in the morning. And at some point, I'm sure I will do the dunk tank. And then I will help out, in the bar with the rodeo. And then I'm supposed to go up to, I guess it's Long Beach, Oil Can Harry's.
Is there really?
Yeah, for a little shindig up there on Sunday night. It's gonna be a full day.
Well, that's what happens when you're, popular.
Well,
when you're popular on the West Coast.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be my day. And then I'm gonna come home and be exhausted, and then I'm gonna be off on Monday, and then I'm gonna go to the river.
And then I'm gonna go to the river.
Right.
Well, see, exactly. Yet I'm gonna wait until September. I do want my turn on the jet ski though.
Well, you can.
Okay. That's all I want.
I mean, if you just want to ride the jet ski, we can take it out to the bay.
I'm not going on that fucking bay. Gross.
It's fun. I have a whole other group of, but they're not.
Those are your Coronado peeps, right?
Yes. Those are the Coronado lifeguards and, all of the lacrosse players.
That could be fun. I'd rather go to the river because then that way we get some quality time for like at least 48 hours.
At the river? Should we bring Jay? Jay would be bored out of his mind. Let's bring him.
If Scruff does not reach up there, he won't go.
They have Scruff. They have Scruff and Grinder, but the closest person is usually like at least 30 miles away.
Okay. Well, I'll open up my Scruff so I could be less than 250 feet away.
Yeah. my friend Eric, he's my ex's brother, who's the fireman. 2 years ago, last year or 2 years ago, we were talking about Scruff, because I was there were some gay people, and they were all on Scruff. It was Joey and Leo and that little group, and so Eric was enthralled by Scruff, so he created an account, and he showed like pictures of like his hand, because he's
yes,
he's very big.
I think I remember you talking about that.
And then he didn't turn it off of his phone, and then he went back home to Phoenix, and his phone was like making all of this noise. When he got home, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" And then he opened it up, and one of the other firemen that he works with had sent him a message, and he's like, "Dude,"
and it was literally like just a photo of his foot or something.
Yeah, it was a photo of it was kind of funny.
People with foot fetish. Well, I'm so
but the person that he works with, they had a picture of him,
Right. So
or it was like his chest, and he had a tattoo that he recognized, or so I don't know.
He knew exactly who it was.
It was very good.
Well, I'm glad we were able to get caught up, and
yes,
now we're back. We're back in our little routine.
Much better. I finished all of my antibiotics from my doctor.
You sound better, yes.
I feel better. I've lost tons of weight. And I'm going back to my short hair.
I'm going back to my short hair. Even though we love the long hair, the long hair is very gorgeous.
Long hair is driving me crazy today.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But so you'll wait until winter and you'll put that back on.
Yeah, maybe I will.
It's a very cute one.
It is very cute, but I'm gonna wait. It's just not time.
Okay.
I just feel it like I feel the humidity and the heat just singeing it up already.
I understand.
So we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna go back and talk about.
Of course. This would not be he said, she said if we didn't
Well, we haven't talked about it this season yet.
A very long conversation about Big Brother, and we have not. So
well, I
I'm
don't
very
know. There's
excited.
other things I would talk about.
Well, hello, you're Ophelia.
Well, I'm saying.
Sure there's certain people's last names that we will be mentioning.
It may not be a long Big Brother conversation, but it'll be a sufficient Big Brother conversation.
All right, then we'll be right back. We're back.
We're back.
Live at Urban Mo's because we love Urban Mo's. They're a good family.
And Ricky is all making out with Jay now.
Trying to. Oh my God.
Found out that I'm surprised Ricky is still talking to me.
Why?
Well, because I haven't seen him since his friend was guest hosted with me, Benny.
Oh right. And he was wondering what the fuck.
We talked.
Oh. That's right. Benny did spill some juicy information.
Girl, I just gave Benny just 3 shots, and she was like,
well, that's what happens.
I wonder what happened with 5 shots.
He would have been at home with you.
Yeah.
Hey, Ophelia.
It was very funny. It was a good show. It was a good show. He was funny.
Very chatty. Yes, he was.
And then Benny the other day posted on Facebook that Ricky dressed him.
Right. Well.
Best friends do that.
Yeah.
I never dress Donald, ever. I look at what he's wearing when he comes out of his room and I'm like, you're wearing that?
Donald always looks cute.
Yes, well, okay. If you say so.
I think he always looks darling.
He's very darling. He's pocket-sized. It's hard for him to not be darling.
That's true. That is true.
All right, Big Brother girl.
Oh my God. I do not understand why people are hating it. Some people are hating on it this year.
Well.
And I think that it is probably one of the best seasons. A, because they don't have any of the old timers. And all these people that want like a new all-star, or they, I'm like, I said that if they did that again.
You weren't going to watch it.
I wasn't going to watch it because that isn't what the show's about.
Right.
Get them another reality show, but this show is about taking, 13 strangers and, the dynamic. And everyone's like, oh, well, now that Jeremy's out, they're not a show because of his personality. He didn't have a personality to begin with.
Duh.
Oh, no. Anyways,
and everybody they're all saying, well, because they're picking off everybody that was in the moving company and that kind of was in that very first alliance. Well, have they never watched Big Brother?
Thank you.
Like any other season?
Thank you. Well, and the truth of the matter is they had said, I think on the very first show, the girls had all got together in the little room and they said, we want it to end in all girls.
Yep.
And so the girls have been very good, all of them, have been very good at slowly picking off the guys. Now, it's unfortunate that Gina Marie fell in love with Nick, and it's unfortunate that,
Aaron
fell in love, or no, not Aaron, that, what's her name, fell in love with
Pizza Boy.
Caitlin fell out with Jeremy, but they're both gone now.
Right. And what's her, is it Amanda? Amanda's with Pizza Boy.
With McRae.
With McRae.
Okay, now that is a strange hookup. I think he has a big personality. Now.
Well, he's got to have a big something because...
Well, they say opposites attract. But you know who does have a big personality? I mean, huge personality. Howard.
Well,
oh,
duh.
My God, have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Is it like...
How can you not see it? Okay, he walks through that courtyard. I'm surprised they haven't started fuzzing him out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I swear to you, it is about a quarter inch from his knee.
Well, in last night's show, he was wearing like really baggy sweats, but he must have been wearing shorts underneath it because it was not looking good.
You need to go back to some prior episodes.
Okay.
Like maybe, I think maybe one was last week, and I can almost even tell you. I was like, okay, friends were texting me. And I was texting them. I'm like, oh my God! Yeah, it was last week. I think it was last Wednesday. They were, I'm just saying.
Well,
healthy.
When the little blogs pop up where we can go and see their feeds from the shower and shit, and their little bathroom breaks and all those things, that's when I'll be ready to see. Because I can only imagine. I'm sure it's massive.
Well, and usually when he just walked, like this last time when he really thought he was making out with Candace, and then he got up, and so he was like. He was excited. Got it. Yes.
Well,
So who are you liking?
So the one thing that I haven't, because of course I was on vacation for this time, and I'm still.
So you haven't watched it?
No, I have watched it. I'm just still trying to get on that first name basis with who they are.
Oh,
so I screw it up a little bit.
All right.
But I do know that I am not a fan of Aaron. I like Helen. Mm-hmm. I love Alyssa.
Do you?
I do, and I think I love Alyssa.
Do you love Alyssa because she's Rachel's sister? Or
no,
do you love Alyssa because she's Alyssa?
I love Alyssa because everybody else got on her for being Rachel's sister. And didn't let her.
So you love her because she's. I mean, that really boils down to no matter how you want to dice it, you're loving her because she's Rachel's sister.
Okay, I guess. But that's not the reason. That's not the reason why I like her. I like her because she fucking fought when everybody was getting ready to basically, scrape her down like gum.
Right.
Because she was Rachel's sister.
Right.
They didn't give her a chance to play her own game.
Right.
So that's kind of why. She's not
like her.
She's not been amazingly smart these past couple of episodes.
You don't think?
Well, I wasn't.
I think that she's been smarter than people are giving her credit for.
Well, so what I was going to ask you is that little. So the little, I don't want to call it a tirade that she went on. Was it Amanda? Is that her? The bigger, fuller figured?
Caitlin, the one that got kicked out?
No, the other girl that wore the little one piece for McRae's birthday, and she was talking Amanda about how she didn't think that she looked that good in it and all that stuff and yada yada. And they had been fairly close.
Had they?
Well.
See, that is what I'm saying. Amanda is so fake, and that's why she just drives me crazy. That show started with her saying that she didn't think that Alyssa was the MVP anymore, and therefore she didn't have a need for her. And they were off.
Okay, right.
So, Alyssa, I mean, obviously in the shows that they show on television, you know, there's stuff missing.
Of course.
I think that Alyssa is basically was saying, listen here, bitch. You know, like, I know that you've been playing everyone. You are so, you know, you've been letting everyone else get blood on your hands. You haven't won a competition. You haven't been HOH. And you're running around here trying to tell everyone who to nominate. And if they don't, and then, so I think that she was saying, bitch, no, no, no. And when she was all walking around trying to be sexy, and, you know, and she wasn't. She was not. That was tragic. I mean, tragic.
Cringe.
Well, that suit didn't even fit her. The girl has cellulite for days. You know what I'm saying? And then she's wearing tacky little shoes with a fringe bathing suit. I'm like, and then she tried to outdo her makeup and then do some stripper hair. No. If I was in the house, I would have been like, girl, that's tragic and you're embarrassing yourself. And I think that's what Alyssa was saying. Girl, you're embarrassing yourself.
Okay.
And then they made it all look like it wasn't.
So it's kind of like there have been like the core group of girls that have or have not necessarily been working together but still have each other's backs.
Yeah,
but
the only girls, and except for Helen this week, the only girls that have had each other's back is Helen and Alyssa.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. There have been kind of the splinter of one side of girls and the other side of girls. There's
right. Well, you have the Mean Girls,
right,
which is, you know, Erin and Caitlin and Amanda and Gina Marie.
Gina Marie, right. What did you think about all of that they brought up with Erin and the comments that she was making about like the Asian racist comments and those?
Okay, I probably will get hate now.
Okay.
But I believe this. I think that Erin thought that she was being cute. I think that she was probably always popular in school, and I think that she was trying to be popular at the house. And I think that there are parts of it I do think that she probably meant. I don't think that she meant it as racist as she came across.
Right.
Again, I think that some of that has to do with editing, and you know what I'm saying. So I think that she realized what she had done, and I think she's kind of turned around.
Because she's now Helen's little best friend this week.
Yeah. And I think that she thought that she was going to go into this and do what she did in school and be Miss Popular in this little town and, you know, be cute and have all of that. And I think she's been knocked down a couple of pegs.
So what do you think about Spencer? Do you think because, you know, he kind of got caught up in all of that too.
Well, he got caught up in the queer thing. What I really think, the bottom line is, if you look at Paula Deen and all of the other little racist things, everyone is hypersensitive right now. Everyone.
Yes, they are.
Do I think that they should have been fired for what they did on the show? No. Do I think that maybe when they got out,
they should be shown?
Should have called them in and said, hey, we saw this during the show. You know, I don't think that they gave them a chance. You know, so I think that I'm thinking that they probably have no fucking idea in there that they've been fired.
Well,
I know they haven't been fired.
Right, or they have no idea that, like, the message that we got, say, last night at the very beginning of the show,
they're putting that every week now.
Oh, are they? Okay. Yeah.
I just don't think that any of them truly meant them in a really racist way.
Right.
You know, like, I would not be at all surprised if Spencer was gay to begin with. But I don't, think that he would even know if he was or not. You know what I'm saying? So, and I also know that, because I get the little blurbs and whatnot, I also know that, like, tonight, Andy and Judd have a little go at it. So I just think that some of it is just people being hypersensitive. You know, there used to be a time when you could get mad at someone and call them a name, and it, and I've said this before, when you give words power, then And that is the problem.
Correct.
And I think that we are giving way too many words power. And that to me is a problem. And I
Right.
think that this is reflected, which is why I like Big Brother, because it shows that.
It does show them in a very real light. I mean, what everybody needs to realize is that they have cameras on them 24/7, 365,
Right.
and they are asked to act like they're not around. Like,
And I think that they do. I think that after a while,
after a point, for
you
real.
don't even know. Yeah, I don't think that. I just think that people are giving the words too much power, and yada, yada, yada.
So who is your favorite right now? Who are you gunning for?
Well, right now I'm really liking. I am liking Helen.
Helen. Who are you not liking?
I am not liking Amanda.
Okay, so we're in the same boat because
Yeah.
I'm in love with Helen. I think Helen's great. I don't super like Amanda. I don't really like Gina Marie either. Something about her just rubs me the wrong
I
way.
think Gina Marie is just loud,
I think that
like someone that you wouldn't want to hang out with for an entire weekend.
correct. Yeah, right. You wouldn't be taking her to the river.
You know, no. I think she would be fun to go party with, and you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't hang out with her. Though.
Got it.
And I don't know how she's a pageant director. I just don't even get that.
If you were to do your final three right now, who would you choose?
Ooh, I don't know. I really don't.
Because it's hard this season.
Yeah, I think that I don't know, because I think that there are still some players that haven't started playing.
Right. Do you think that he's one of them, Howard?
No.
No, you think he's
I think
played
he's
his
just-
played?
I
You
think that he's done his.
Who do you think's going tonight?
Well, I don't know.
Could be Amanda.
It
Could be
Amanda.
Could be
You know,
Howard.
the thing about it is that as the season is gone, they really have surprised who they've knocked out. So I could see Amanda going home,
Yeah.
and I could see it happening because I think that Howard. Because I think that everyone sees the McRae and Amanda thing.
Right.
And I think that they're going to say, look, we need to break that up. We've been breaking up showmances. You know what I'm saying? They broke them all up. Howard and Candace, though they have a showmance, neither one of them are strong enough. And I think Candace is going to go on the tirade tonight, kind of to deflect or to show, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
To move it off of her and onto.
Well, I think it's just going to put it on her, but I think that people are going to be able to sit back and go, oh, well, yeah,
Right.
I can really see this happening.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, tonight's eviction will be, I think, really interesting. We'll see. And I mean, the best twist that they have had in any season of Big Brother that we've been watching
Is the third nominee.
is the
America
MVP.
votes?
Yep. And
You watched last week when Caitlyn was, when she got kicked off? And then-
I did not watch that one, no. I didn't get to watch it.
Well, Julie at the end, she's out there talking blah, 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 and she goes, and now America gets to vote for the MVP again. And she's like...
I love it. That's the best ever.
She knew that, America didn't like her. So, I mean, that is kind of, you've got to be like, And Julie's all told you, she goes, people on Twitter and everything have been talking about, how you're one of the mean girls. And she's like, well, I think that's how I associate myself.
Well, and now look at you in the exit chair.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be good.
Oh yes, we'll have plenty more Big Brother updates to talk about because we love our Big Brother.
I know. I'm gonna go.
And that shit's gonna be posted on some blog somewhere, some Big Brother blog. He said,
Howard?
she said, talking about blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be good. I think tonight's going to be good. So I got a Craigslist posting that I have to read
Oh
for you,
shit.
or Jay, either one.
The Craigslist ones are always my favorite. When we find those, they're awesome.
They are good. This is particularly good,
Oh, shit.
and I like this one a lot, and so I naturally thought of you.
Of me or Jay?
Well, either one of you.
Okay.
Either one of you. I mean, it could also be, yeah, it's either one of you.
Okay.
All right, the headline is, I really need sexual relief in San Diego. I have hit a sudden unexpected dry spell and need a blowjob I can host in my chauffeur-driven SUV. My fiance has dumped me after I took her to a trip on Paris, so I thought I'd go gay. I'm a 70-year-old white man, used to doing things the way that I want to do. I like lots of body contact, deep kissing, and fondling. I get turned on by overweight CDs and trannies named Marty and Cheryl. It would be nice if you don't wear any panties when we're together. Absolutely no straggly haired blondes named Donna, lawyers, or any reporters. I'm 420 friendly. Trust me. Treat me nice, and I may take you to Paris too. And have someone else pay. I never do anything safe. Please be under 50. But I want a BF in my subject line so I can weed out the spam.
Well, well, well. And that was the segue to end all segues. Perhaps we should take a break and talk all about it when we come back.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Oh my God, we're back. And your hair's all brushed out.
We had two competing producers. One was saying ready, one was saying no.
One was saying pay no attention to Jay. And now we're back. And we're ready to talk about that fabulous Craigslist posting that you just read to us.
Do you want to respond?
I think that I might answer it.
I just want to say whoever came up with it was brilliant.
Pretty much.
I think
Was it in the best ofs yet?
No, I don't.
We need to flag it for best
It
ofs.
should have. It was good.
And of course, because we haven't been together, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the mayoral scandal.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Scandal that is Bob Filner in San Diego, and we don't even need to talk about New York City because he ain't even mayor. Wiener's wiener. But
Guy.
just saying, do you sext?
No. I don't have the attention span. The waiting back and forth.
Right.
Yeah. Hell.
Girl,
I'm like-
it's hard enough for you to do Twitter.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting hungry. I don't. Do you?
Of course I do.
And I would
Sure.
never send photos.
Oh my God, I send photos a lot.
You do?
Yes.
Of your privates?
No.
No. Even seductive ones?
No. No.
No.
The last thing I need to hear at Bear Week is, oh, Aaron from Facebook, and I have that text of your penis.
Yeah, no.
Not so much.
No. I don't want to do that. I'm not a sexter.
Mayor Filner.
Yes, Mel. Yes.
Mel, who, if anybody has been paying attention to the news at all in the past, weeks, probably knows what's going on here in San Diego. He has the hashtag Mayor Grope because that is clearly what he's done to several women. 8 now? Is it 8? Is the count to
like
8?
8 or something.
Okay.
Well, that have talked about.
That have talked about it.
Yeah.
And they have been interviewed by everyone.
Right.
And they did some pretty in-depth interviews with the KPBS NPR people.
Well, because they can.
Right.
KPBS, they're more free to talk about stuff.
And so Gloria Allred has got herself in the mix.
So you know that he's guilty because she only will take a case that's not.
That she cannot win.
Yeah.
Do you think that this has been something that he's been doing for a very long time and nobody's just talked about? Yes.
No, I think that they have always talked about it.
It's just been not news.
Well, and the thing about it too, about all of these sexual harassment thing, which I think is bad, but people have known about it. I mean, even you go back to the Democratic Party 2 weeks ago, that were going to vote, and if they were, going to ask him to resign or not, it was a 50-50 split. And Jerry Sanders did an interview, I guess, yesterday or today.
Yeah, it was on the news yesterday. I do remember that.
Where he was saying everyone has known about it, of his actions, for many years. I mean, I can remember being at a party 20 some odd years ago with a friend of mine, and I heard him say stuff that I think was, completely inappropriate. So it's not like it's new. I do think that that in many ways he is he's a predator more than I think that, and I don't understand why people aren't talking about that. It's really if you change the analogy of it, and this is this is how I'm looking at it. You change the analogy. The people that he has groped or whatever,
right,
offended,
been sexually inappropriate with,
right, have been people that he knows won't necessarily talk. I mean, some of the people,
that have been subordinate.
No. I don't think I think it's important. I think that he's picked powerful women that if he was to talk, it would look bad. Just as if he was a child molester and he goes after kids and says stuff and does things and grooms them not to talk. And I think that he...
So like a priest, kind of.
Any child molester. I think that he is a predator.
Yes.
That, most child molesters will groom whoever they want to molest. And I think that he does the same thing with women that he wants, to do things. I think that he makes, he does these business things, blah, 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 and he gets into a private little room and he does whatever he's doing. So I think that's more of a predatorship. Now, where I go off of everyone else is that I think that he has done far more damaging things in this city that are far more criminally chargeable than the inappropriate behavior. You have the Sunroad thing where he got $100,000 for land, and then he didn't know. He doesn't seem to know a lot. There's another construction project that they're actually investigating now that when he got into office, he halted their permits until they donated money. So I think that he has done things like that, which to me are far more bothersome.
Got it.
Not that the sexual harassment and the assault is not bad, but he's done some very bullish things. The Paris trip.
I was just going to ask about that. The Paris trip that now he says
that he's going to pay for.
That he says he'll pay for.
Because he didn't know. The people, you would think that as long as he's been in politics, you can only say, I didn't know. When he did his press conference in the very beginning about the sexual harassment, he didn't know that his behavior was offensive.
Because nobody brought it up to him.
Right. But they've been bringing it up to him for years.
Which they have been, and they elaborated on extensively in their interviews.
Right. So I think that, to me, I just think that his stupidity, or his acting of stupidity, is going to get him. That, you can only say, I don't know, so many times.
And what about this now, this case that that City Council has absolutely said no to, that they will not pay for his legal fees for the sexual harassment cases. And he is saying that the city has to because he never received his sexual harassment training.
His lawyer presented something saying that they didn't give him the classes.
They didn't give him the classes. They've
now come out, and the guy that was in charge of that department has come out with emails and everything of all of the times that was all set up.
And they canceled. Right.
And that the only reason that they took the one benefits course is because they had said you're not going to get benefits unless you take it.
Right.
So they have everything. The people that have worked with him and everyone that has worked, which I think is kind of goes back to how people know that Bob Filner is. Everyone that has worked with him has enough paper trail to back up so that when he goes, I don't know, enough people are going to go, oh, but you do. Here. This is, here. So I think that that is, are going to come into play.
Right.
The thing about it too is that the city is going to get sued for that sexual harassment thing.
Of course they
He's
are.
going to get sued, and the city's going to get sued.
And so it's a double whammy right there.
Gloria Allright suit. I have a feeling that Gloria Allright, and I don't know, so this is just speculation. I think that Gloria Allright has said, look, we're going after you. If you resign, we'll drop the city out of the suit. If you don't resign, well then we're going to have to sue both of you.
Right.
And they're going to lose money.
Correct.
What I'm surprised at is that more people haven't filed suit.
Oh, I have said for the past week now that I don't think we're done hearing from the women that will be coming forward. I think there are...
But I don't know how many of them... See, and it goes back to that a lot of them... no one has pressed charges.
Right.
That's the other part. Even the one that's suing right now. No charges have been pressed for his sexual misconduct. No charges. So really, even if he loses the lawsuit, as I understand it, if he loses the lawsuit and he has to pay and the city has to pay, he will still remain mayor. Because other than a recall or that he resigned,
we're a strong mayor city.
But if the only way that he can get out of office is if he resigns,
or he's recalled,
or he is convicted of a crime,
right, or dies.
So obviously he's not going to resign. The recall is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how crazy it's going to be, only because on top of the 100,000 names that they've got to get things,
right,
they've got to get money,
right.
And if it's a substantial, I think it's like $100,000 or something.
At least, yes.
And no group is putting up that money.
Right.
So unless they come up with the money, you can have all the signatures that you want. But unless somebody comes up with the money, and no one is going to come up with money, I'm kind of wondering how that's even going to work out.
Right. But the recall effort is going to force 2 special elections? Is that what it's going to force?
One.
Well,
For mayor.
but I thought it will force the... So 100,000 to recall him is all they need to say you're done.
They need that, and they need 100,000 signatures.
And 100,000 signatures. To put it to the vote. Special election.
100,000, I think that they...
Correct. It's 100. It's 100,000 plus whatever. So that's why I'm saying it actually does force 2 elections, because it has to go to a vote.
Right.
And then we have to have a special election for mayor.
Right.
So it's technically 2.
Right. Well, on the recall, I think that if they get enough signatures, I think there's a certain amount that goes, and then it goes to a vote. But if they get another...
2 questions in the same election. If you want to recall it, if you recall it.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So everybody has that clear. It would be 2 questions in the same special election, so it's not 2 elections.
Right.
That was the question that a lot of people were asking. Then we have to pay for that.
We have to pay for that, and then we have to pay for the lawsuit. I mean, we do have, we will, I think we will, we will lose. But I think that, if there's other suits, and they all, see, I kind of wonder if some of the people are waiting until after he's out of office and then sue him. Because I think that some people don't have the beef with the city. Where if they sue him now, they're going to have to sue the city too.
Right.
So I wonder how many of the lawsuits will come out after he's out of office.
And see, the ones that I've been thinking about are the ones that have happened that have been perhaps more serious. And we know that he is no longer with his fiancée now. And to me...
What did you think about Nicole? Were you in town? Did you see Nicole on the news?
We did, actually. We did watch it when we were away. Yeah.
I think that that her point was right. I think that his ex-fiance said this shit's gonna hit the fan. And the bottom line is that Filner pissed off enough people and bullied enough people that they saw that this was coming. And I think that they're really, and it's not gonna stop. I think that they're gonna show the sexual harassment. I think they're gonna go on all of the other things that as criminal things and against the contractors and his trips and all of that. Also, do you know that for the first time in, I don't even know how many, I read it, but I don't, it's been many mayors, that right currently he is under 24/7 protection, meaning my OD and Art and all of those people have to be with him 24 hours a day because of all of the threats that he has against him. So we're spending more money on his security detail than many other mayors.
Got it.
So I think that it's just going to be.
But Nicole goes on the news and talks about the fact that she knew from, what is her name again?
Brendan. What's
Brownwin. Was fully aware that they had an open relationship.
Who cares?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I think.
What does that have to do with anything?
I think that most politicians have an open relationship. I think that Bill and Hillary have a very open relationship. I think that they both said, hey, we're going to get into politics. We need to be married. And so you do your thing and I'm going to do my thing. Just don't get caught. And, I think the same thing with Wiener. I think that those two have, I think that they have an understanding.
Right.
So I don't really care.
It's beside the point.
What I was more irritated about is she said that it wasn't about that he was cheating. That it was about that she threw him under the bus when the scandal hit. You know what I'm saying? And that very well may be true. And if it is true, then if I was her, I probably would have done the same thing. Because at some point, when all of the sexual harassment charges, the question to her would have been, why are you still with him?
Yep. Exactly.
And if she would have broken up afterwards, then, who knows?
There goes her credibility.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that absolutely she didn't want to be part of the scandal. Right. And she knew it was going to break that week. And she said, because let's be clear. The way that all works, is it's going to hit before it hits.
Of course you do.
So I think she knew it was going to hit either, because I think it hit the next day.
Jump off the shit
Well,
absolutely.
And I also think,
in his case, absolutely.
I think she also, and this is my personal feeling, and this is just me being, junior private eye, and I have no basis to back this up whatsoever. But I think she knows of things that are certainly more serious that have happened. And she has told him, listen, I know this is coming down, and you're going to give me the fucking respect to be able to say what I need to say, to step away and do the thing that I need to do for whatever it is, 24 hours or 48 hours.
Do you not also think that it's very interesting, and I do, and I agree with you 100%, because he hasn't brought her back up into it.
No.
She hasn't she has not come back into it, nothing. She's declined every interview.
Yep.
She's declined every comment.
Because she knows.
His two ex-wives, exactly the same thing. Yep. We're not going to comment.
Yep.
We don't want to have anything to do. We've stepped out of the situation. So, I think that I agree with you. I
think she fucking threw the gauntlet down. I think she threatened his ass and said, if you do not let me do this the way I want to do it and step away, I'm going to fucking throw you under the bus so hard.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little, from him to both her and to we're done. Because even when they contacted her about the trip to Paris on who paid for it, she's like, you need to talk to him. So I think that so for Nicole to then go on the news and then try to bring her into it, when I think that they have their understanding of,
Well, exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting. And yesterday I heard, I don't believe it, that that DeMaio is thinking that if the recall happens, that he will look into running for mayor. Because
If you had your sight set on Scott Peters' congressional seat, do you think that you would retract your focus to mayor? Do you think that's a smart move for him?
You know what? Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a smart move. I can see why he would want to do it. You know, like, he lost brutally.
The closest apple that you can pick is...
You come back and you go, look, for all of you people that said shitty things about me, I thought that I was going to be, you know, scandalous and that I was going to do this and I was going to do that and blah, blah, blah. And look who you chose. And I could see him coming and doing it. And really focusing on doing a phenomenal job and sacrificing a lot so that in the end, you know, he would then have a better chance for something bigger politically.
He would get ultimately what he wanted in the first place.
So I could see him do it. Now, what also is interesting is that if he decides to run for the recall, because he ran, and a lot of the money was, you know, a lot of the money that was still donated and whatnot, he would still get about half of that money back to run for mayor.
Yep.
So everyone else that decided to throw their hand in, Kevin Faulkner, Todd Gloria, you know, I mean, the names of
whoever,
all over.
right?
They then would have to campaign to raise money. So he would already have an advantage because he would already have money. So I could see him doing it. I could see him doing both ways. I could see him saying, no, fuckers.
Right.
Here's
my I told you so.
Right. And just go for Congress.
Right.
But I could also see him going, you know, so I could see it, and I think that if he was to run against the names mentioned, I think that he would win.
Do you think that if he was to announce that Nathan would jump in?
I don't know.
Because that is, I think, the scenario that a lot of people are hoping for.
Nathan and Carl?
Nathan and Carl run off.
I don't know if Nathan would run in. Nathan, you know, he has his stuff. And I don't think that Nathan would necessarily, and the polls all show that virtually they would be nicking it. They would, between
split down the middle.
Fletcher and DeMaio.
Right.
Fletcher would win everyone else. But between Fletcher and DeMaio, I think there would be, and I don't know. I think it would depend on the negativity of the ads. Because I think that we are coming out of a very negative time. So again, Carl would have to be very careful because he was really negative on the last campaign, which is what I think killed him. That if he came after Nathan negatively, that would be a turnoff because a bunch of people would be like, no.
His strategy would have to be completely different than it was last time.
So it would be interesting to see how, I would be interested.
Yep.
All of it's going to be interesting.
It will be very interesting.
Donna Fry runs though, which I, really, really wonder.
So we'll be smoking our way to the fucking mayor's office, baby.
She would win, hands down. Although I think that if she,
you love you some Donna Fry.
I was just very upset that she cried. Like if she would not have cried, she would have been stronger. I think she did her little cry thing over all of it. I think was offensive. That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're saying.
Should we address Jay's post today on Facebook? Because I thought it was very interesting, and I've thought about it, and I didn't put my response on there because, well, I'm so tired of overshadowing Jay constantly, over and over and over and over again. And Jay's post was, and I'm going to paraphrase, but basically he's wanting to know why the gay people aren't standing up for the women that are making these allegations. That's pretty much it, right?
His
this shit's going on in our own backyard.
He's been boycotting the vodka thing. I didn't even know we were supposed to be boycotting. Well, I'm against boycotts anyway, so that doesn't even. So that's probably why I didn't even. I I guess we're boycotting Russian vodka or something. But then somebody brought up a very good point about that. Like, are you where are you getting your gas? Because a lot of those companies come from Russia.
Shit, I can read it really quickly.
Oh, no, that's true.
Yeah, he did. He was a little bit of a typer.
Yeah, I'm like, did she get a new phone or something?
No, she didn't get a new phone, but she did do her update when we were in P-Town, so I think it's working a little bit better
Oh, right.
than it used to be. Yeah, spent the time to update the fucking phone, and it actually works.
I think that, and this is my thing, and it doesn't even really have to do with the sexual harassment thing. I think that for the most part, which is very sad and it's very bothersome to me for really some time, we don't care about women in this community. We don't care about lesbian matters. We don't care about straight women. We don't raise money for breast cancer like we do for AIDS, and we absolutely should. We just don't care. And that, I think, has a lot to do with the sexual harassment. I don't think that men are sexually harassed as much as women. I think that if they were, there would be far more outcry. And it's not really just even in the gay community. It is in the it's in every community.
That's what I was just going to ask. It's not specific to the gay community,
it's not
right?
specific, but it is specific at that, addressing Jay's issue. We, unless it happened to a gay man, we generally don't do anything for it. You look at, which is, whatever. There's not one lesbian bar in this town. We do not care about women. Or if we do, we most certainly don't care. We don't act like we care. And I think that has a lot to do with why the LGBT community is not reacting bigger. Now, we're going to react bigger to the boycott of vodka because there are more gay men that go out and drink vodka. Now, that's why that boycott is more. If it was a lesbian that was boycotting lesbian Russian vodka, we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't care. So I think that's what I feel, and that would be
that there's so that it's a little bit more forgiving when it's a male in a position of power, and
no. But
and the offense is to females for someone to care versus the other way around. Is that?
Yeah. Kind of. I just think that it boils down to that it is a female issue. That is what I think is that when you hear sexual harassment, and all of the women that have been harassed have all been women, powerful women, mind you, very very powerful women in San Diego.
Held very high positions. Absolutely.
But I just don't think that we really care about women as much as we should. So I think that plays a large factor into it. If he had sexually harassed men,
it'd be a much larger story.
Lord,
because he's straight and it's a man, and there's another scandal on top of it because, oh my God, he could be gay.
I think that if it was,
if it was a gay man,
right,
sexually harassing another man, it wouldn't be an issue.
Right, it would totally be.
Correct.
We have a different conduct.
Yep.
Don't we?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Thinking about it differently. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do want to point out, though, that the center's board, the center's executive director, and many very prominent LGBT activists within our local community have come out very much against Bob Filner.
And I think no. I think that is true, and I think that there are a lot of. And what I'm saying is I believe that there are. I know we're almost out of time. I think that we have voices, and I think that there are powerful people in powerful positions, and those people have all taken a stand, which I think is good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying on a whole, addressing Jay's issue of why isn't the community on a whole reacting more to this issue? And that's what I'm addressing. I'm addressing it's not that it's community on a whole that we aren't up there, that we aren't having protests, that we aren't, doing anything. That's what I'm saying. It's not the voices. It is the.
I think that's a very good question to pose to viewers. Why do you think that is? Why do you think our community is, or our community here, particularly in San Diego, not more fervently about this thing that's happening with Bob Filner as they are to, say, the Stoli boycott? I'd love to see some comments. I want to know what people say.
I think that they are making comments, and I just think that there are not too many people that are going to say it boils down to man and woman. That they, that men, it's just a man woman.
Men hold much more leverageable power than women do. And
I'm not saying that.
Well, but at the end of the day, No,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that men. It's not a power thing. I'm just saying that men.
Oh no, I mean in a circumstance like this, as I was saying before, if it was turned around, it would be different because they wouldn't consider it the woman being the person in power taking advantage of the man. They would still think it was the man being a man.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm meaning. Yeah. So, well, I'll be very interested to hear the comments. We'll post some. Maybe we'll read some if you post some good comments below. Please do. And now you're gonna go fix your.
I am.
Fix your.
Oh look who it is. He's stalking me this week.
We've got some people here, baby. Oh, little Nicholas. We haven't seen him in forever.
I saw him. He came and saw me on Monday.
You've been having a lot of visitors lately at Monday?
I have.
Perhaps we're going to have to come in and see you. Well, I have to start Dayside again.
And he was trying to. I think Nicholas was. He was trying to hook up with someone the other night.
Ooh, hell, slut. Dayside does come back on Monday, so they've been on hiatus for an entire month. They're coming back next Monday, so please watch them.
Hiatus.
We practically were on a month hiatus. Do you want to go on another one? We should just do this show once every 6 weeks. That's enough. They'll be like, who? Ophelia and who?
They would never say that. They love me.
Well, that's why I'm saying. They'd say Ophelia and who?
Oh, Ophelia and who? I thought you were saying Ophelia who.
No, Ophelia and who.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week, and you will be hearing shorter hair.
I will.
All right. Bye.
Bye.